Hi there, and thank you so much for clicking on this little video. Firstly, just a little introduction of who I am. So my name is Paul Edwards, and I've worked in the health and fitness industry now for kind of well over 20 years as a personal trainer, kind of as a health coach, kind of working one-to-one. I run an online business as well, Dream Body for Life, so kind of helping people around the country, internationally as well, with their kind of the health and the fitness and their weight loss goals predominantly, but then also kind of work with specific kind of groups of kind of athletes and, you know, budding young kind of sports stars to ensure that physically you're in the right position to kind of get the best, but also nutritionally, which is what I talk about today, making sure you're kind of getting the most out of your performance. So hopefully whether this is about you and your performance, or whether it's kind of about your child's kind of performance, hopefully you learn a little bit. And most importantly though, you've got any questions about your nutrition, but also with your exercise, please don't hesitate to drop me a message. There'll be a link below this video, also on potentially a leaflet that you picked up, there'll be a link to kind of get in touch with me. So drop me a message, always happy to help and support. So, 3 little things to think about when it comes to your nutrition then for when your performance for your swimming. So there's that kind of pre-exercise phase, there's the during, and then there's the after. Now obviously I appreciate that with swimming there's a lot of training kind of involved, especially from a young age, certainly more than a lot of sports. So actually your nutrition to provide the fuel to do the exercise is so important, and certainly your body's ability to repair itself after the exercise, that kind of post-exercise nutrition is even more important in my eyes. So a few little things to think about. Firstly, that pre-exercise, so it's making sure that your body's got the right fuel to perform it at its best. Obviously that might be pre-competition, but also maybe again more importantly, it's pre kind of training sessions throughout the week. So that you're giving your body the best fuel, so you're working as hard as you can. If you work as hard as you can, then you're pushing your body's kind of levels and how hard it's working, which therefore means hopefully with the right nutrition, then each time you kind of exercise, you're going to start getting that incremental increase in your speed, in your strength, and your performance. So one thing kind of to think about with pre-workout, again, the time that you exercise during the day is obviously has a big factor, doesn't it, on how much nutrition you can get into your body. The big thing to think about is your blood sugar levels and how different foods affect kind of how you feel. So if you think about if you have a very big carby based meal, so potatoes, pastas, rice, breads, you may feel like they might be an energy source for you, but actually they create a big blood sugar level spike and then often a big crash. And that is when you maybe feel a little bit tired, a little bit hungry. We need to make sure that we are not exercising in that kind of feeling, we don't want to be tired when we're turning up for our sessions. So making sure kind of potentially in little and often is really, really important. But obviously I know there's a lot of early sessions that happen within swimming. So making sure that you provide your body with some nutrition. But if you can't quite get in early enough, because obviously the exercise might be a little bit early, then it's making sure your body has something that it digests very well. It needs to have a nice balance of your carbohydrates. We need carbohydrates, that is your energy source, but only really somewhere between kind of 20 to 30 grams maybe within, say, an hour of that exercise, so that you're not getting that big blood sugar level spike, you're not getting that crash, so your blood sugar levels are kind of nice and balanced. Okay, makes sense? During the exercise, so the most important thing is obviously hydration. Your body's sweating, even if it's in the water, it's still hot, it's sweaty, so we need to keep your hydration going. But something that is really useful on those longer sessions, so after kind of about 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes worth of exercise, there's a lot of the blood sugar levels, the sugars within your body that you're utilising for the activity, that they start to deplete. So your performance then kind of deteriorates maybe a little bit past that kind of 50 minutes, certainly after that hour mark. So if you've got any exercise kind of training session that is longer than an hour, if possible, you really want to get yourself some form of an isotonic drink. And what that means, what isotonic means, you might have heard it through kind of Lucozade adverts, those sorts of things. Basically just means the amount of sugars that are within the drink. So ideally somewhere between 4 and 8 grams of sugars per 100 grams is where your body absorbs it at its quickest. So any exercise certainly over an hour, we definitely need to be having some form of an isotonic drink to replenish those blood sugar levels, to have that kind of instant access to energy to keep that performance high. And then post-exercise, for me, this is the kind of the real big one that I know a lot of people are kind of missing. If I Think about when I take my children swimming, for example, you know, the swimming bath vending machines and stuff there. It might be a Twix or a Kit Kat or something to kind of give your child maybe a little bit of something afterwards. But most important kind of fact to think about is within roughly 20 minutes or so, half an hour tops, your body is absorbing the nutrition twice as quick post-exercise. So it is so important to get the right nutrition back into your body straight away once you've finished your exercise. The main thing is, yes, we need some carbs in there, some energy and some other nutrition, but the biggie is your protein, which, you know, I'm sure you kind of maybe understand. It's your protein that looks after your muscles. So if you think about when you've had a really hard swimming session, or maybe it's a gym session to kind of improve your strength, when you leave the gym or leave that pool, you are weaker than you were when you started. That makes sense. You know, you start with loads of energy, you knock yourself out, you leave, and you can't lift as much and you can't swim as fast because you're tired. So what we therefore need to do then during your rest period, the next kind of day or so, that is when your body is taking in the extra proteins, especially to help repair those muscles that you've worked, so that what the kind of graph of energy would look like is you knock yourself out during a session, then it repairs itself slightly higher than there. Then it's down and then back up, down, back up, down, back up. But the only way we'll really do that is if we provide enough protein post-workout especially. Like I said, we're absorbing it twice as quick, but then really making sure you protein throughout that day and the next day, so just consistently, is good to keep repairing those muscles. It's just so important. So it's thinking about what you can get in straight away after exercise is really good, but then maybe just looking at the rest of the meals kind of throughout the day and throughout the kind of the next day to ensure that actually there is some protein within kind of every meal. So for me, kind of eating little and often, like I said, balancing that blood sugar levels is really important. So maybe eating every 2 to 3 hours is kind of perfect for me, and make sure it's that right balance of protein and carbs. Whereas obviously we kind of live in a very carby world, potatoes, pastas, rice, breads and stuff. And obviously if your training is hard and long, yes, we need to make sure there's enough calories to do that. So there will be a little bit of trial and error. So even if you maybe do try some of these products, it is about finding kind of where your energy levels are at their best, or maybe kind of how your digestive system works. So like pre-exercise as well, some people can digest things a little bit better than others, but it's about fueling that body right for the exercise, keeping it going during, and making sure we are repairing that body after. Okay, I hope all that makes sense. Like I said, any questions, don't hesitate to ping me a message. So, chances are you've kind of got the leaflet, which has got some Herbalife products on there. So quickly about Herbalife as a company, it's the largest nutritional company in the world, retail in, I think it's 94 countries now across the globe. Work with a lot of the elite athletes, a lot of people with a lot of the Olympics. We work with one-to-one. Cristiano Ronaldo, we've kind of worked with him on a personal level for probably 6, 7, 8 years now. One of our products as well was designed and created with him in mind, which is great. So, we are performing a lot, working with a lot of elite athletes. But for me, from a personal level, I've personally used the products for about the last 10 years now, because I understand good nutrition and know what my body needs. But dare I say, my life isn't that flexible that allows me to cook and plan and prepare the whole food as well as I'd like to, Personally, I've got 3 young kids and, work some long hours with work and kind of here, there and everywhere. So to have some convenience options that get the right nutrition in quick is so important for me. So quickly just going to run through some of the ones that are on the back of the sheet. You've got a link on the sheet there that will take you through to the website where you can potentially order, or like I said, just drop me a message if you've got a question about anything. So a couple of things on there. What have we got here? So one of the easiest ones, and probably one of the products that I use the most, is kind of these little snack bars. So you get about 10 grams of protein, 100 calories in one of these. Ridiculously convenient, so you can just keep them in the bottom of your kind of swimming bag. But maybe, again, depending on when you're training, but maybe kind of between an hour, half an hour even before your exercise, something like this might be great just to give you that extra little kind of 100 calories of nutrition, that 10 grams of protein to help support with the kind of that regrowth of your muscles. The same with kind of post-exercise, again, really easy just to have in your bag. A little chocolate coating on there, so it tastes great. You get vanilla and almond, chocolate and peanut, citrus, lemon. Again, you might have tried some of these if you've been to one of the baths where we've been showcasing some of them. But just a brilliant product. really great value, only just over £1 a kind of bar, so really useful kind of as a stock one to have within the house, to have within kind of swimming bags and stuff as you ever kind of grab and go. One of the main products kind of Herbalife has is our Formula 1 product, which is a complete meal replacement. So this is something that obviously has been used and I've utilised very well within the kind of the weight loss world, supporting people to kind of lose a little bit of body fat and maybe, you know, changing, instead of some bad meals, maybe utilising some, you know, one of these products. But certainly for the athletes and, you know, like I said, busy people like myself that like to stay in shape, to use it as one of those little meals, like I said, you know, maybe asking you to eat a little bit more often, so every 2 to kind of 3 hours. So to utilise something like this, again, certainly for an early swimming session, your body digests it unbelievably well because it is a liquid. It's got just over 20 grams of carbs in there, over 20 grams of protein in there. You can play around with the milk again, you know, you can go soya if you want to drop some of the sugars, or normal semi-skimmed is absolutely fine. But again, something like this exercise is brilliant, especially for those morning sessions. So somewhere between half an hour to an hour before, amazing. And again, if you're able to kind of have something like this as well, post-workout, again, brilliant. I know a lot of people do kind of maybe late evening training sessions. You don't necessarily want to be going home and having a big meal just before bed. Again, something like this is fantastic. But again, any questions, don't hesitate to ask. The other ones we've got, this is our kind of during the exercise sessions. This is our isotonic drink. As you can see, little Cristiano's pretty face on there. So this is, you create your own isotonic drink. So you fill your water bottle, scoop or 2 of this, it's got it all on the back there, shake it up and you're kind of ready to go and you've got your drink. Value for money is brilliant, so cheaper than buying Lucozade kind of every time. So again, just another great product to support you during those long training sessions, to ensure you're getting those sugars and various other bits and bobs into your body to keep you going. For the kind of the serious athletes, so the ones that are really training kind of up at that maybe higher level of performance, we've got our kind of Rebuild Strength product. So this is a phenomenal product as a post-workout. So if you guys that maybe start to go into the gym a little bit more to really improve their strength, this is specific for them really. The keys with this product is, you know, there's 3 different types of proteins in there that release the proteins at different speeds. So you're getting that instant hit for maybe straight after your workout, and then there's other slower release proteins then for kind of to allow that kind of the muscle repair to kind of keep going over the next few hours. But again, amazing chocolate flavour, tastes incredible. And as well as that, you know, there's various other bars, kind of bigger bars and stuff, snack bars and stuff that will help kind of, again, just make your life easy. So like I said, I am all for whole food, getting food in that tastes great, that provides your body with what it needs. But actually we all need elements of kind of speed and kind of convenience to make our life easy. But it's just massively overlooked when it comes to kind of athletes, and especially young athletes, training hard, doing great, but actually are they getting the nutrition back into their body to repair their body well enough, to fuel their body right, to really make the most out of the time and effort that kind of going into the pool and into the gym. But I hope that makes sense. Like I said, there'll be a link on the leaflet you can drop on there, and you can order some straight away. So maybe, you know, I'll do actually the other one on the back of the leaflet as well is the Crisp. The Crisp are phenomenal. Again, taste amazing, 10 grams of protein, phenomenal product for kind of snacking on, maybe in the car after swimming as well. Brilliant product. But yeah, jump on the link, you can get yourself ordered, maybe try yourself maybe one of each of kind of some of these products to see how you get on, to see how they kind of fit, see how yourself or your child enjoys them. But like I said, just make sure if you're putting the time and effort in the pool, in the gym to improve performance, you are thinking about your nutrition to ensure the results are as good as possible. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Like I said, any questions, drop me a message. I'd absolutely love to help and support you. But take care, good luck in the pool, and I shall speak to you all soon. Take care.